Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Harris and we need to talk about something. We need to talk about these. We're getting to things today. If you are new to the channel, thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you. Think about liking this video, commenting down below, as well as subscribing to the channel to be sure you're updated on Pokemon TCG watches, Pokemon TCG content in general. And to those who have been returning as always, thank you so much for once again coming back as always. So, we need to talk about full art cards, full art supporters like these. Because over the course of this past weekend as well as this week, certain full art cards have been jumping up in price, which has just been like super weird to me, right? There's always been a niche in the Pokemon trading card game where certain types of cards always seem to go up. And no one really paid attention to, these full art supporters, because, when you're talking about Pokemon cards, the only thing that people really collect are just the Pokemon. They don't focus on the competitive aspect of the game. I'm a competitive player. I've been playing for about 3 years, and, I travel all over to the US, prior to the pandemic. I travel all over the US to regional tournaments where I play for potential prize money and everything like that. So I build Pokemon decks. And, every single deck in the Pokemon trading card game is different, right? There's certain types of, old era, EX cards that were good. They had the GX era, as well as the V and VMAX era that we're in right now. So each type of deck is different. Your typical Pokemon deck has this specific Pokemon, that you use to carry out your specific strategy, as well as energy cards that are used to power up these Pokemon and their attacks. And then the rest of the cards are trainer cards, which trainer cards allow you to go through your deck and search out different types of things that you need to execute your game plan. And one of the things that are in these trainer cards are these supporter cards. Each supporter card here has a different effect. You can only play one supporter per turn. And, some supporters go as to, draw a bunch of cards, accelerate a bunch of energy into play so your attacks can go faster. And, people don't really pay attention to these because, when you open a pack of Pokemon cards, you get your commons, they're mostly Pokemon. And then you get the 3 uncommons, right? And these uncommons can be these supporters or other items. You only get 3 of those per pack. There's also uncommon Pokemon. And then there's your reverse holo, whatever, as well as your ultra rare. Well, these full art supporters are ultra rares. So they're really, I don't think a lot of people really focused on these. They don't really focus on full art supporters, and they don't really collect these. So what people have been doing recently is, a certain aspect of the market, someone or some network of people have decided to buy out every single full art supporter of a specific type. So, we'll take an example, Red's Challenge right over here. It's a little bit of a light, glare in the light, but Red's Challenge. This card isn't that big in the competitive game right now. It really wasn't a card that really affected the standard metagame at all, because, this card came out in, I believe it was Team Up, but there was an Unbroken Bonds full art of this. What this card does is, is a supporter, so you play it once per turn. You discard 2 cards, and you get to search anything out of your deck. A normal uncommon of this, it was I actually think this was actually a rare, but, certain supporters are rares. But, it wasn't that much. It was probably 25 cents to $1 for its minimum rarity. But the full art trainer card, it has red on it, so it's really iconic, as well as, the artwork is awesome. Some of these full art supporters have awesome artwork, but this card wasn't really that much. It was really maybe $8 to $10 probably. Now it's sitting at above maybe 70, 80. I think it maybe even reached $100 on TCGPlayer. So these people have been just buying out all of the copies of Red's Challenge from TrollandToad, cool stuff, TCGPlayer as a whole, and the price has gone up. Another example is this card right here, Lycia. Lycia came out in Lost Thunder. The full art came out in Celestial Storm. And this card says search for 2 Prism cards, and this card was probably used in one deck in the Lost Thunder format when it came out, because that's when the Prism cards started being a lot better. it was using the Buzzrock Ninetales deck. Like, I think people played one of those because, you know, it searched for your Beast Energy as well as your Diancie Prism Star. And otherwise, this card is bad. Like, this card is not that good because it's so fringe and no one really uses it. You know, now that Standard has progressed, you know, Prism Stars have been pushed out. There really aren't that many in Standard anymore because they've all rotated. Because what they do is they rotate the format, so, you know, older cards can't be used anymore, and that's a way of keeping things fresh and current. So this card was used in one deck back in the day when it came out, and it's not good. And this is sitting at probably like 125 to 140 bucks for a full art near mint copy at least. So it's weird. I don't know what's been happening. I don't know why they've done this. I think the last example that I want to touch up on is Hex Maniac. And Hex Maniac is probably one of the more oppressive cards that was printed back in the day. The effect is until the end of your opponent's next turn, they have no abilities. Like, their Pokemon have no abilities in play, in the discard, in play, whatever. This card has been banned and expanded for a while, just because it was so oppressive. This card basically says, like, you can't really play the game, you can't use the Pokemon to draw cards or anything like that. So, like, back in the day, it was a bunch of Shaman EX, so you played Shaman EX to bench it, draw some cards so you can set up on your first turn. Well, if your opponent goes first and they play Hex Maniac, you really can't do much, right? And this thing was abused as formats progressed, you know, with Zoroark, as well as Zoroark GX, as well as other stuff. So what they would do is they would red card you, which is a trainer item that says your opponent shuffles and draw 4, and then they Hex Maniac you, which is their supporter for turn. So basically, you have a limited hand, and you can't do anything with your abilities. So that card has been banned since, and it was just an uncommon, so there wasn't really a full art version until this thing came out in a promo box, and it was only going for about like $3. Now I think full art Hex Maniacs as a near mint copy are like $45 to $50. So they just bought out all of these, and this, you know, by doing that, there's not that much inventory in the market, so the price just jacks up. Which is weird, because who would want to pay $50 for a full art Hex Maniac, right? The only people that really profit off this are the people who actually paid attention and collected full art trainers, which I honestly believe that you probably should. Like, a lot of people don't pay attention to the competitive market, and I really wish that they did, because there are certain avenues and there's certain niches that you can abuse, and your collection, you know, the amount of time that you put in it can actually be worth something in the long term. That's what investments are, right? You always take the risk in investing in a certain thing, and, you know, sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't, right? So a lot of people have been like shying away from these, and the only people that really have bought them were people like me, like people I play in the game. I actually like just playing max rarity cards in all my decks. I don't think I'll sell off my like my full art collection. Maybe I kind of wanted to like grade a bunch of stuff, as well as yeah, just grade them all and keep some for myself, because I really love full art cards. I love the artwork. Some of these full art cards look amazing, like the Misty's Misty's Favor that I scrolled past. But Misty's Favor is now like $80, which is ridiculous. This artwork is amazing, by the way. So it's just weird. I just don't know what made people do this. I don't understand, like, you know, the Pokemon boom that we're in right now, ever since Logan Paul and all those other streamers started opening product. Like, Pokemon cards have just been in super high demand, and it's just been super crazy. I have no idea how long this is going to keep up. So I probably urge those who paid attention and bought full art cards, maybe try to unload some of them. I think that the prices now are probably as high as they'll ever get. So if you have an excess amount like I do, maybe try and sell them off some so you can get some of your money back. You can profit a decent amount of it, or otherwise keep collecting, keep trying to complete your master sets of full art trainers, and, you know, keep going from there. So it's just been a weird week, right, as far as Pokemon concerned, with these full art cards. And hey, if you want to see a video of, you know, my full art collection, leave a comment down below, leave a like, subscribe to my channel once again. I really appreciate you all. Thanks for coming by and listening to me spiel, and I will see you all in the next video. So you all take care and stay safe, and have a good day, have a good night, wherever you are, wherever you're watching, and I'll see you later.